All right, welcome everybody. You know what time it is. It's Monday night, and it is the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series powered by Valvoline. Man, we're glad to have you tonight as we have 40 drivers, a full race again tonight as we are headed to Phoenix. We're not headed there, we're already there. Headed out west to tackle the brand new Phoenix Raceway. We're going to mix a little bit of old with the new tonight. New track, new configuration, new Phoenix. But the old 87 cars from that particular year. So going to be super fun, super interesting, this car and track. Man, they were just made for each other. But we got 40 hungry guys tonight getting ready to fight to get a win as last week Jared Reed was able to come home with the victory. So who is going to take away that crown tonight? We'll find out. We've got a lot of racing, 90 laps here tonight, as we are going to really test what these guys have got tonight. So let's go ahead and get the logos up on the screen. Of course, we want to thank Goatlocker Racing and Valvoline for being our sponsors. Goatlocker, obviously the title sponsor, and Valvoline, the main sponsor. So glad to have them on board, and also Flexible Freight Solutions. Thank them so much for allowing this series to be put on and be what it is. Without them, we'd be in trouble. So we are just a few more minutes left in practice, and then we'll have about 5 minutes of qualifying, and we'll get this show on the road. So let's go ahead and bring up the info tonight. Now, tonight's race going to be called the Beverly Bursick 100. One of our members, see if I can make sure I don't say his name right, Matt Telder. We just want to honor his aunt who passed away recently. He made a post on the Journal and just let us know that it was somebody that meant a lot to him, and so we just want to support our members tonight, support our friends and people that make this league run, and we're going to call this in her honor, the Beverly Bursick 100. So solemn night, but going to have some exciting racing for her honor, and I know Matt will put on a good show tonight. So as we see guys already going around the track trying to figure this out. We see a couple guys already losing it on the track trying to find those limits. This is a pretty good camera. It seems to be catching them all. As we got some old faces, some new faces. Steve McDonald says, kick the tires and light the fires, and I 100% agree. Well, let's go ahead and pull up the track info. Let's go look at where we are tonight. We're at Phoenix Raceway, a 1 mile dog leg, and what a dog leg means, you see it on the track there. As we'll pull up we'll try to get a good scenic view here once we get back on here, but it just has a kink there instead of two straightaways, instead of a long rounding oval. It's got sort of a kink coming out of across the start finish line, and they have to cut down through. They can either stay up on the track or they can cut down on the apron and use all the track. So we'll see guys all over the place in that section of the track tonight, and but that's what a dog leg is. So just sort of an oval with a little kink in the straightaway. Banking, yes, there is banking. Track record 146.308 miles an hour. That was set by Jimmy Johnson. The most wins, of course, Kevin Harvick, because he's been completely dominating this track since his initial start in 2001. So he has pretty much owned this track, and it's gone through a lot of changes. In 2012, it was repaved, made it a lot smoother. It was a lot bumpier, a little bit more abrasive. And then in a year ago, this year, they actually reconfigured it to where they moved the start-finish line past the first turn. So qualifying underway as we go to check this, see what these guys are doing. Watch some of these qualifying laps as we're watching Jonathan Cofield go around the track. We'll get the tower up so we can see where everybody's times are in real time, so you'll know when I know who is going to take home the top spot. Going to be tricky tonight as we try to deal with, you see already, getting a little bit loose there. What we normally have in this car is that it's normally extremely tight, which means it's really hard to get into the corner. These things are tanks on wheels. They have horrible brakes, um, just all metal. They can take a beating, but just means that they are very, very difficult to drive. So guys are going to be dealing with that a lot tonight as we go on board with Keith Keen Taylor and see what he's doing on his lap. You just see how much of a grip they have on the wheel and hear him hitting the rev limiter, but that's okay. Really having to try to be patient so he can get back on the gas and get a good run off the corner. But let's see if he uses the dog leg here, and he does. He's going to cut down below that yellow line and try to gain that little bit of speed that you might need to get into the corner. So I don't know. He's running really slow, so I don't know if he is off the pace or what's going on, but maybe he didn't like that lap and is going to get back out there. Go on board with Matt Clemens. He puts down his qualifying lap. And you see this guy's taking it really easy. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. I'm not real sure. I think you're really going to have to get on it and drive the hell out of this thing to get it around these turns. So, of course, if you look over to the left there on the tower, you see, no surprise, Ronnie Osmer, who put on a hell of a show last week, running up front all night. Came up a little bit short, but was able to stay up front and had a lot of speed and showed a lot of, I think he earned a lot of guys' respect last week as being a new driver, being somebody that's new to the series. It's always kind of tough to earn that respect to drivers, but I think he did that. And then he's showing his speed tonight. He's on top of the board with a 28.89. So, and we already see the top five filling up with folks that we're familiar with. Jonah Colbert, JC Motorsports on the outside of the front row so far. Travis Bieber in the 114 machine. Patrick Drabick, the resident Goatlocker driver. And you see Jason Warren knocking Matt Telder out of the top five there. So starting to really heat up here in the top 10 as we've got a little bit over a minute before we get started. And while we'll wait, we'll go ahead and pull up the standings for this season so far. As we look and see, Jared Reed is on top. He won last week. Zach Wettstein starting second. He's not here tonight, so there are people going to be fighting for his position. Samuel Fontaine, Ronnie Osmer, we just talking about him, and Garrett Kinder, your top five. So you see the points as it is. And of course, that's going to change quite a bit as we go through the season, and so we're gonna see that shake up a lot. We'll go ahead and pull up the schedule as well while we're waiting on qualifying to finish. We're at Daytona last week, Phoenix this week, and we're going to head to Darlington next week, which will be really, really tough. And if we have a full field, a full 43 car field, I'm cautiously nervous about that track. I don't know how that's going to play out. Very, very hard to pass, hard to drive, hard to race each other. So should be interesting. And Atlanta always puts on a good show. Bristol, Charlotte. I mean, it's good. We got a good little stretch of tracks here. I don't think there's any really bad tracks for this car on this schedule. I think it was a well put together schedule, and I think it's going to put together some amazing racing. So, all right. Well, we are getting gridded up. So let's go down here and let's show off the grid as soon as they start jumping in the cars. We'll go ahead and bring it up now. For the Beverly Bursick 100, we got Ronnie Osmer on the front row on the pole, so he is going to be our Chuck Pegleg Pole Award, Mr. Ronnie Osmer. Outside front row, Jonah Colbert in the 31 machine. Travis Bieber starting third. Patrick Drabick starting fourth. Rounding out the top five is Jason Warren. Matt Telder starting sixth. Starting seventh, Brandon Wallace. Starting eighth, Steve Loving. Jared Reed, last week's winner, starting ninth. Mike Hasty starting 10th. Brandon Wallach. Brandon Wallach said he's been really practicing, putting in a lot of work, ready to go tonight. He is starting 11th. Daniel Cunningham, a JC Motorsports driver, starting 12th. Garrett Kinder, Reaper Racing starting 13th. Mickey Isaac in the 101 machine. Well, it looks like the 01 tonight. Starting 14th. Chris Reese starting 15th. Keith Taylor, have to watch out for him. He was really exciting last week, going 4 wide at some point. So got to keep an eye on the number 08 machine. Cindy Taylor starting 17th. 18th, Logan Surgeon. Andy Kurtz starting 19th. Steven Gibson starting 20th. 21st, Matt Clement. 22nd, Charles Stevens Jr. 23rd, Jonathan Cofield. 24th, Scott Schroeder. Starting 25th, Tyler Rice. We got to hurry up. 26th, Jason Lottridge. Todd Schott starting 27th. Ray Page starting 28th. Mike Steffen starting 29th. Jesse Nakula starting 30th. Hemi Gardini starting 31st. William Griffith 32nd. 33rd, Sean Stevens. 34th, Dakota Camper. Glad to have him. Justin Lumpkins starting 35th. Josh Oswald starting 36th. 37th. Oh my God, there's too many people. We're going to have to get the grid off the track as we're going to get ready to go green. I'll get the guys in the back here in a minute, but we're getting ready to go green for the Beverly Bursick 100, and Ronnie Osmer is going to lead us down to the green flag.
Green.
All right, green flag is out. Let's see what they do. Let's see if anybody jumps right down to the dog leg. You see they do. They fan out down below that yellow line, and caution is already out as I don't know what in the world's going on back here. But it looks like the Jason Lottridge had some sort of issue there. Try to find him, see what was going on. See the 48 machine there. Let's back it up. Let's see what happened. Definitely don't want to see that coming to the green flag. It looks like, he gets hit from behind from Ray Page in that 41 machine. So Ray Page going, but Jason Lottridge nowhere to go. So caution before the whole field even takes the green flag. So I am nervous as hell because I don't know what's going to happen with this. So last week we had a caution before the start-finish line, and that really screwed up the running order. So I really hope that we don't have that issue again tonight. But we're about to find out, I guess. You know, there's one really good way of avoiding it, and that is to not have a caution before everybody crosses the green flag. So it's on the drivers to make sure that they avoid a scenario where iRacing's timing and score and has some sort of issue. But we'll see if everything gets cleared up, because right now it shows Jason Lottridge in the lead, and we saw him wreck. So I don't think that's right. But hopefully everybody is watching their timing and scoring thing in the middle of the screen. Make sure they're doing the right thing, and there we go. Looks like everything is starting to settle up like it's supposed to. Ronnie Osmer right back up to the top. So we are under our first caution. So let's go ahead and let's jump into a commercial.
Your nearby CarQuest Auto Parts store isn't owned by some big corporation. It's owned by one of your neighbors who really cares about you. As trained, CarQuest qualified counter pros, we're here to make sure you get the right part at the right price. Even the right advice. There's over 2,000 stores like this one across the country with a whole world of parts backed up by the CarQuest coast-to-coast guarantee. CarQuest, America's auto parts giant, because real value and friendly professional help make CarQuest the right place to buy auto parts.
Well, all right, we're back. For those of you who are new, maybe don't know what's going on, this series is an 87 NASCAR series. So these cars, you'll see a couple different versions. You'll have a Chevy Monte Carlo from 1987 and a Ford Thunderbird from 1987. So this whole get up, the graphics you see on the screen for the most part are all sort of modeled after the old ESPN Speed World coverage that they used to have back in the day. And then the commercials, all from 1987, actually pulled from actual NASCAR races. So trying to just set a theme, have a little fun. We love these cars. They always look great. You see the paint schemes and the cars just look badass. So trying to just give that whole vibe of a 1987 NASCAR race. So, but you see the lights are out on the pace car, and that can only mean one thing. That means we are going back green. Pace car pulls off, and let's see if we can get to the start-finish line without anybody running over each other this time. Guys give each other plenty of room. Now the pace car pulls off down pit road and have to go down this long straightaway after the reconfiguration. And they'll go down into turn 4 here, and they'll get the green flag. Ronnie Osmer, our leader, Jonah Colbert with the Valvoline machine on the outside. Of course, Valvoline, one of our main sponsors, as we're under green. Ronnie Osmer gets a great start. So we're going to see a lot of Valvoline cars tonight. And we'll check through the field as long as we can get some green flag racing in. And we'll see. So far, no caution just yet. So everybody doing a really good job as we watch these guys come through the field. Stand out 2, almost 3 wide. Ronnie Osmer with the lead. Jonah Colbert down on the apron there, trying to find a little bit of speed, find a little extra there that he can try to run him down. As we look back through the field, we see we got all kinds of action going on back here as we look at the number 54 machine of Daniel Cunningham in that red car there. Getting really close to the wall. You have to be careful. He's on the outside of the 99 of Brandon Wallace in the Pepsi Chevrolet. See guys, Mickey Isaac there in that yellow way out of the groove up on the top side. So guys trying to make moves, but it seems to be hard early on to make a bunch of moves quick. And we'll be careful as that Roca Nation car gets really close to Garrett Kinder there. But some guys making some moves. Logan Sturgeon here as caution is out. We'll go back and see what happened. Looks like William Griffith was involved. A little 3 wide action right here. Jumps down to the bottom and just kind of comes across the nose of the number 4 of Justin Lumpkin. Not able to get woed up, and the guys are just sliding all over the place. Not able to avoid the wreck. We talked about it earlier in the race that the brakes are just not very good. So once you see the 9 car there, Dakota Camper involved in that, we'll actually go and look from his cockpit and see what happened from his point of view. We're on board with Dakota Camper. He's trying to get around Jason Lottridge. Going up to the outside, and he sees it. And you see he just locks up the brake. That just you can't stop. You just can't stop these cars. They lock them up, and then you're kind of along for the ride. So nowhere for him to go. Just kind of a bummer, but that's the way these things go. You gotta keep looking ahead, and you gotta plan ahead sometimes. But up front, we still have Ronnie Osmer in the lead, and under our second caution already of lap 10 of lap 90. And of course, we got to shout out the guys who are in the chat, who always are, and we definitely appreciate them. Kevin Kinder, Steve McDonald. I've seen them talking in chat already, so glad to have y'all as always. Kevin Kinder, I know who you're pulling for tonight. Steve McDonald, if you want to let me know who your guy is, excuse me, we'll definitely shout him out. Which top 5 right now has not changed. Ronnie Osmer, Jonah Colbert, Travis Bieber, Patrick Drabick, Jason Warren are your top 5. So we are not too many changes. Got a couple drivers who have made some moves. Mike Steffen in the 669 car. He's up 4 spots from where he started. Sean Stevens in a 33 machine is up 4 spots as well. Justin Wickoff in the 024 green machine. We're at a short track. That may be bad luck, but he's up 5 spots so far. Doing really well. Steve Loving in the Miller Genuine Draft 27 Rusty Wallace replica is up 2 spots to 6th place. So some guys able to make some passes and make some moves, even though we haven't had that many green flag laps. So, but it's going to be a long race. Only one fast repair, unlimited tires like always. So guys can come in anytime that they want to, but it's an interesting caveat here. If you have 20 drivers or so, you know, going down and getting 4 tires every caution is normally the right call, but with 40 drivers on the track, it's going to be extremely difficult to make that call. So going to be interesting to see what guys do, how long they're willing to stay out. You definitely don't want to blow any tires. We know how the 87 cars are with tires. They eat them up, and you will blow a tire, a right front, before you'll ever run out of gas. So as we got the 1 to green, so we're going to get ready and get this show back on the road. So far it's been okay. That last little run was really nice. We got a few green flag laps in. Hopefully everybody's settled down. Guys got to pump up those brakes, get that brake pressure built up as we watch Ronnie Osmer lead us to the greens. We're going to come down this straightaway again. You see that long line of cars. We still have 37 cars driving. A couple guys in pits already used their fast repair twice. Seem to be a little bit out of the race. So a lot of guys already struggling with damage. But Ronnie Osmer, green flag is out. He gets a good jump there. Donut Colbert trying to make up the difference here on the dog leg. You see pretty much everybody going down to the dog leg as we watch this big group of cars here. You see the 32 machine of, you see the 22 kind of push up there. Matt Telder, be careful, especially with someone on your outside. But so far, everybody's doing a great job minding their manners. You see a nice little battle here between last week's winner, Jared Reed, and Jason Warren in the 5 and 32 respectively. Get kind of single file here. We start to see who's able to try to make some forward progress here. We are under green, 14 of lap 14 of 90, excuse me. Check in on Daniel Cunningham and Garrett Kinder. Garrett Kinder working that high side. Didn't seem to work too well there as he's got Brandon Wallace looking on the inside, going down to the dog leg. Brandon Wallace still there, so Garrett Kinder trying to make this car work. This track car combo is very, very tricky. You have to be careful. You can be loose off the corner, but you can get a good drive. It's not as tight as other setups. You see Garrett Kinder there, able to hold on the top side of there and get out in front of Brandon Wallace. So you see Brandon Pollock way out of the groove, getting way too high there. Going to lose a couple spots. We got 3 wide up here. Others racing everywhere. I love it. We see guys trying to get their way to the front. Let's check on last season's champion, Josh Oswald, sporting a really nice Valvoline scheme. I really love this with the numbers that are straight out of that number 6 machines. Got a little damage on the back end, so he is already been involved in some stuff, but I have no doubt he'll be there at the end if he can keep all 4 tires on it. We'll go on board with him and see what he's doing. Yeah, I know. With 40 drivers on the track, it's really hard to pick what battles you want to watch and try to get everybody. You see he's trying to use the apron to get that thing loose and looking really tough. So I don't know if he's got a little bit of extra damage or what. Oh, yellow flag's out. Try to see what happened. Looks like Scott Schroeder was involved. Number 83 machine here. Looks like exactly what we saw Josh Oswald do. Gets down on the apron and just spins just ever so slightly, touches the wall and brings out the caution. Not a huge wreck, just a single car spin, but it was enough to bring out the caution, so we're under our 3rd caution. Ronnie Osmer still in the lead. We'll see if we have any takers down pit road. And it looks like Ronnie Osmer going to make that left. Oh, just showing he was going to pit. A lot of guys flirting with it. We see Jared Reed, last week's winner, decides I'm going to come down pit road, get 4 fresh tires. Jason Warren along with him, Garrett Kinder, Brandon Wallace as well, Brandon Pollock, Mickey Isaac, Matt Clements, Indy Taylor. A lot of guys coming down to get service. So we're going to see a lot of different pit calls here. In a lot of series, you have different pit strategies because we limit the certain series has like a two set limit where you can only take 2 tires, but here we have unlimited, which really keeps the racing up front. If you're able to run up there, you're not constantly trying to decide, oh, do I pit, not take tires, these weird strategies. We give you all the tires that you want and tell you to go out there and race as hard as you can. So some guys electing to take that and take that advantage. As I'm trying to find any camera that shows the race off pit road, and there we go. It's like Garrett Kinder going to make up a spot on pit road there with a really fast pit stop time. Jared Reed with a 22:48 or 22:88. Garrett Kinder with a 22:48. Jason Warren with a 23:85. So Jason Warren's crew a little bit too slow. Definitely not going to be happy about that. It looks like we have everybody running. Todd Schott, who we saw going down pit road, having to fix some damage there. He is on the track. Justin Lumpkin, who was involved in an incident, we see him on the track. So nobody out of the race completely just yet. They may be a lap down or so. We'll check that real quick and see if anybody's a lap down. As we see William Griffith with quite a bit of damage there. So one thing I do love about these 87 cars is they are able to withstand a lot of beating and banging, which we love. So the car might look like it's pretty roughed up, but it can still drive good, especially at a track where aero is really not important. As long as your tires are pointed straight and suspension is still working good, you'll be able to turn some quick laps. As you see William Griffith passing a couple cars here. So far, Justin Lumpkin is the only car a lap down. He is 2 laps down, but got a clean car. Lots of cautions probably on their way. So definitely not out of it. So after 21 laps of our 90 scheduled, we still got everybody on track and still racing. So I can't think of too many drivers who can do this. I know we are under a third caution, but if you've ever been in any official races, some leagues would be caution every single lap, and I better shut my mouth because it might end up being that way on for the rest of the race. But I don't know of a league that can do 40 drivers and have as clean as racing as we do. So that's a testament to these drivers as we getting ready to go green. Ronnie Osmer still our leader. 40 cars still in the hunt for the Beverly Bursick 100. Get down to the restart zone, the Geico restart zone. Green flag is out. Ronnie gets another really, really good jump as we watch everybody go through here. Oh, that's a lovely camera. Gotta love it. Let's watch some of this racing through the field. You see Logan Sturgeon making a little aggressive move there, and we see he gets into the side, kind of drives it deep down it, and then Kyle Roberts, as they pile in, Kyle Roberts just clobbers Logan Sturgeon. So Matt Clement doing the right thing in the 19 machine and coming to a complete stop, keeping his car clean. We see a lot of folks involved in that accident. Looks like Looks like Logan. Let's see if I can find where that happened. As I'm having issues. It just won't stay on who I want. You see already Logan surging there. Just too many drivers. Let's do it this way. We'll just back it up. We'll kind of watch it from the cockpit. Yeah, just trying to get into the corner really hard. He was under Keith there in the 08 machine. Gets into the corner fine, but just the car won't turn. Just drove it in too deep, and just collected a few drivers and guys. Just trying to see Kyle Roberts coming in. Just nowhere to go. There's just too many drivers. So. Yeah, Charlie. It looks like I've probably screwed us by saying that we wouldn't go caution after caution after caution, but may have put a broadcaster curse on the whole field. But I'm ready to see what these guys have got going on. See if somebody can make some moves. We've got a lot of guys with pit strategies who are up in the field and making a lot of moves. Eric Burkhalter able to keep his car clean. Just a little bit of damage on that right rear, but he's up 23 spots from where he started, so up to 14th place. Showing a lot of patience, and if it's a caution field race, you're really going to have to focus on track position. So these guys who went in and got tires, this is not what they want to see. We got Lawrence Brown in the chat. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for coming out and supporting us. As I tell you what, let's go ahead and do a commercial, and let's see what Neil Bonnet's talking about here.
When I just started out, I used to come down here. It's what they call the short track. It's kind of like the minor leagues in baseball. I couldn't afford to have any engine trouble back then, so I put my money down on Valvoline racing oil. These days, Valvoline gives me money to use their motor oil. Maybe they don't realize I'd be using it anyway. Let's let that be our little secret.
Valvoline. Motor oil is not just motor oil.
Well, all right, we got the 1 to green, and good to see Valvoline showing these old commercials for, we're just so glad to have Valvoline on board and as a sponsor for this series. It's such a great partnership to have a company like Valvoline that's been in NASCAR for so long to be a part of this series. We're very, very excited. You see a lot of Valvoline support on the track. 3 cars there with Valvoline sponsors. So we're going to get back going green, hopefully we can get us a green flag run here. I know these guys have been running the top 4. Would love to be able to try to run down Ronnie, as it's really tough to, especially somebody that's so quick like he is, and try to figure out where he's beating you and then find that speed. But these guys are sure going to try as he gets another great jump. Jonah Colbert in that Valvoline 31 machine. You see Patrick Drabick trying to get to the outside of Travis Bieber, not able to make it there. As Steve Loving down on the inside. And we saw Logan Sturgeon have issues in that corner. So you have to be careful when you're trying to get under somebody. A lot of these guys are used to the oval cars that have really good brakes that can stop really well. These cannot do it over under caution again. As it looks like Todd Schott was involved in something. No, you see him going around there. Let's see if we can get the replay to show what happened. Jason Lottridge gets loose there, and Todd Schott was trying to get it woed up, but the bulldozer hit him, went right through him. Let's see if we can let's go back and watch it from Griff's point of view. Probably couldn't see it. We'll back it up a little bit. Yeah, you see that yellow car there. He's already loose. As you watch, he's about the 3rd one in line here. He goes down the apron, gets super loose. They get it wrapped up, Jason Lottridge comes back up on the track, and Griff here just following Todd. He just can't see it. He can't see that Jason's losing the car. Todd's trying to slow up, and Griff would know where to go. So, we like to make fun of the bulldozer, but in this case, hard to see. So, yeah, I'm not really sure if I got enough commercials for tonight. I don't know if we're under our 5th caution. We're only a third of the way through the race, so we're on lap 30 of 90. We got a long way to go, so but this is the way it normally happens. You got so many cars. I don't think anybody's is used to. We're so happy to have a problem, which is we got way more drivers than we have slots to race. Tonight only 40 pit stalls, so we had 40 drivers and a lot of guys trying to get in. They're watching on the broadcast, and we definitely want everybody to get in, but we only got so many slots. Y'all have to share pit stalls, and I don't know what the hell would happen with that, but I don't want to find out. As we see Justin Lumpkin getting another wave around, so that should put him back on the lead lap. But yeah, so with all these drivers, guys, there's just so much going on. It's just hard to you're trying to move forward, trying to get up into the top 20. If you're in the back, you're trying to get up in the top 10, trying to make your way to the front. It can be difficult, but only one fast repair. So as we click off these cautions and guys can't keep it together and they lose a little bit of lose their fast repair, not able to get that damage fixed, we're going to see guys drop out of the race, and that's a few less cars to run into each other. So but a lot of the incidents seem to be happening in the back, and mostly it's guys who damage race cars, just trying to ride in the back, trying to take it easy on the restarts. The one thing that's really different is when you race with 10 to 20 cars, you'll go back green and you'll see that green light and you just want to go. But with 40 cars on the track, especially if you're towards the back, when that green flag drops, you have another 5 to 10 seconds before you can actually get going with the accordion effect. Everybody just trying to go, kind of like when you kind of think about it. You're sitting at the stop light and you're about eight rows back from whoever's sitting at the line. And if the green light changes and you stomp the gas, you're gonna run into somebody. And that's the same type of deal here. So guys have to be patient and really pay attention, especially if you're towards the back, because it can track can get clogged up pretty quick. All right, but they're gonna bring them down this long now back straightaway, and we're gonna get going. We'll take the green on lap 33, so quite a bit of racing still left to go. This one's a little bit long on purpose. I want to see what these guys can do as they battle this out. But it looks like so far just patience is going to be the key, trying to stay out of trouble, keeping your car clean, and being there at the end. So we're getting into the Geico restart zone. Ronnie Osmer with another great start. His green flag is out. Travis Bieber with a really good start. Going to try to get down to the inside of Jonah Colbert. Jonah's had that second spot the whole race. And you see Travis Bieber trying to make that spot up. See, we have so many cautions. Every spot that you can get, especially on a restart, it's going to be important. To see Travis having to lift a little bit, not able to get back on the throttle 100%, as that high line off of turn 2 is really showing a lot of speed. You see Patrick Dravick in that jam promotion. Oh, as Matt Telder goes around. And the guys are just plowing in. Yeah, look, whoever that was, just not sure they slowed down at all, the 53 machine. We'll go on board and see if we can see what happened there. We'll watch it from Stephen Gibson's camera. You see the wreck happening up there, and just you see how many cars in front of him. He really can't see. He doesn't know where all the cars are going. He's definitely sounds like he's on the brakes. Yeah, definitely on the brakes hard. Just will not stop. So it's a bit of a mess so far. No doubt about that. All right, under our sixth caution, I think we're going for a record tonight. Let's go ahead and go to another commercial before I run out.
Cars aren't cheap, never have been. That's why I never take shortcuts with cheap oil and air filters. Give me AC filters every time. AC filters match the original specs on my cars like a nut on a bolt.
Precision AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
Keep your car running the way it was made to run.
Now get up to $7 back on AC filters and plugs. See your retailer for details.
All right. Well, Debbie Telder says in the chat, can't tell you how awesome it is that you named the race after Beverly Bursick, Mac Telder's aunt, and my sister. What an honor. You guys are the greatest. Thank you. Well, thank you. We're all about family here. Everybody that's here is basically family, and by extension, everybody's family is part of it. So we like to support each other. Of course, this is this league built for veterans, built by veterans, and first responders. So we definitely have a big group of guys that we would all consider sort of a family, guys that support each other. I mean, this whole league is supported by the members, guys really putting out a lot of work to make this thing run. We run every night of the week. We have a series that runs, and guys put in a lot of work, and we do it because we know how much it means to a lot of these guys to get in here and race and have a good time, and by extension, their families. Love to support them, be a part of it, even race with them. We got father and son pairs. We got brothers. So it's a big family thing, and so whenever somebody reaches out and has the loss of a loved one, we'd love to honor them, and especially her honor. So. Well, at some point, gonna have to pick the best paint scheme. I wish I could go through the whole field and show everybody, but we're gonna do the best we can and trying to find us the best paint scheme. I think I've see it on the screen right now, and I think we'll announce it later in the race. But we're getting ready to go back green. Hopefully, we can keep this thing under green for a while, as we've got quite a few people up front who still have yet to make a pit stop. So. The first person on tires, Jason Warren, back in 11. So the guys that came down to pit it a few cautions ago haven't been able to make up too much ground, as Jonah Colbert caught sleeping there as Ronnie Osmer gets another good jump. He's doing what he has to do to protect that lead and make it hard for these guys to get back up there. Patrick Dravick there on the inside of Jonah Colbert in that over 7 machine. Getting really clean there, but we see the top side start to prevail off that turn right there. It seems that top side really works, as you're just not able to get the run off the bottom that you need. You see the brakes really glowing on that 07 machine. We see them fan out. You watch this battle here for third and fourth, as Patrick Dravick was trying to take over second spot, as we're under caution again. It looks like Justin. That's not Justin. Justin Wickoff here. Oh yeah, it goes down on the, that's the danger right there. That's the danger of getting on that dog leg, is you got to be careful and hang on to your car, and he was just not able to do that. He gets loose, and he needs to go back and pick up his bumper that he left over there on the track. We don't want to. We don't add him. He's starting to lose his left front fender as well. So giving the track worker something to do, as he is missing his whole front end. Think his radiator's gone. They're going to hook up a water bottle or something to the front to keep that car cool. Still no takers on the front of the field. I think they could probably make it on fuel with all these cautions, so it's not it's not super necessary that they pit. And if they get a couple, if they get 10 or so green flag laps, they will definitely have to make that decision. But so far, they've kind of settled in on their strategy, and they really can't pit now and give up their track position. They're trying to save. So wait 10, 15 laps where you feel like it's absolutely necessary, then go in and everybody will have to pit as well. But what we know about these 87 cars, just to give you an idea, you always hear about in racing people saving tires, and it's really important. But in these cars, you don't really lose that much traction. You don't lose a lot of grip. The handling really doesn't go away that bad. What you do is you just lose the percentage on the tire, the actual degradation of the tire itself, where the carcass will just fall apart and you'll blow a right front. That's what you have to worry about. The actual driving, a lot of other oval cars, you'll feel the car getting really, really tight, not having enough grip off the corner, and that will kind of dictate when you pit and how much. But in this car, it doesn't really give up handling wise. It's more of just a percentage thing. You get to the point where it gets ready to blow, and it does it quickly. So we've seen a few races last season at Charlotte. We saw Brandon Wallace come from 11th all the way to first in the last 20, 30 laps just because guys started blowing right front. So definitely something that you have to pay attention to, even though we haven't had that many green flag laps. We are almost to halfway. This is going to be a long one. We're going to be up late tonight, it looks like, is got guys just, like I said, that one was a couple single car cautions, a couple just guys overdriving it, not knowing how to get slowed down, a couple guys with some damaged cars that have lost it. So nothing intentional. None of this is on purpose. Nobody wants to run over anybody, not in this league anyway. So they are doing the best they can. I don't think too many of us have spent a lot of time at Phoenix with 39 other drivers other than yourself. So while we got a little bit of time, we'll go through the field a little bit, just kind of look at some paint schemes. But I already know who's going to be the paint scheme of the race, and there it is right there. We'll get a little bit closer if we can. Beautiful. Roca Tonight, Roca-Cola machine by Mike Steffen. So he's going to win the best paint scheme of the race. Smil Racing Designs best paint. Definitely gonna take home the trophy there. So hell of a paint scheme. Whoever painted that ought to be proud because that's a badass looking scheme. But getting ready to go green. I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about it. These cautions are pretty quick. Getting ready to go back green. Like I say, every caution. Love to have a little green flag racing here that we can talk about, see what's going on. Top 5 really hasn't changed all that much other than Jason Warren pitting, so you'll move Matt Telder up there to 5th place. But top 4 has been the same this whole time. Same situation here as Ronnie Osmer gets a great jump, and Jonah Colbert just trying to hang on to that. Is Travis Bieber going to try that inside, but we have yet to see that work yet. Is Jonah Colbert going to work that top side? We're under caution again. Try to go back and see what in the world happened. We watched Brandon Pollock go down in the corner. Yeah, it looks like Kyle Roberts just did not know that Jason Lotros is there and just came. Yeah, I mean, Jason Lotros is going to have a little bit of movement up the track a little bit, but Kyle just may just not have known he was there, considering that Jason was way down on the apron. Kyle Roberts just trying to get down to the bottom, and Jason Lotros was there, just not enough time to get woed up. Brandon Pollock and Logan Surgeon just, unfortunately, just caught up in that. Nowhere to go. See Jesse Nekula in the 84 purple cars coming spinning into frame. Yeah, Kevin, I mean, this is I don't think anybody can prepare for this because you just don't know. you get people excited for a league, and guys get super excited and they jump in here and want to race. And you just never know how many people are going to show up. People will sign up on a whim, and 20 cars will show up on week 2. So you just don't know how many cars you're going to have. It's a hell of a problem to have, I think, to have too many cars. I know it's frustrating. Definitely frustrating for the drivers. They're currently under caution for most of the race so far. But it's growing pains. We're a beer league. We are come hang out, race, have fun type of league. And yeah, we do kind of get too serious sometimes, but not what this series is about. This series is about having fun and racing, and so we try to make sure that that's the case. Guys, we're not professionals, so we don't expect people to drive like professionals. As long as nothing's intentional and nothing's just driving like an ass. It's just going to happen. It's going to take some learning, guys, getting used to the car. Some guys have had a whole season to get used to it last season. But we got a lot of new guys, some guys who've never really spent a whole lot of time in this car. So last season, the first 4 or 5 races were extremely messy. Atlanta had, I think we had a record of like 13, 14 cautions, and it was just a mess. But then after that, it was a stretch of the most amazing racing that I had seen here in Original Rebels since I had been here. So these guys definitely have the potential. Just needs a little bit of respect, a little bit of looking ahead, a little bit of wreck avoidance, and keeping your car under control. And I think we'll get right back to it. So. Kevin Kinner's not a bad idea. Not at all. But we are over halfway, so all that we just did, we're gonna do it again. So strap in as we get ready to go back green. We get the 1 to green here. I want to take a minute and thank our sponsors again, Goatlocker Racing, man. Just Jamie, Pat, those guys for coming on board this season, man. Can't thank them enough as they are definitely a huge part of the series now. Valvoline, of course. Such a great name in NASCAR. Glad to have them. Flexible Freight Solutions and all the supporting sponsors that we'll get to tonight, and some that we've already done as we get ready to go green on lap 49. So we'll have about 40 laps to go. There was an award for zero incidents tonight, and we haven't really announced it yet, but we'll see at the end. But I don't know if I don't know if we're gonna have a zero incident driver, but we'll find out. Going into green, it seems to be the same song, different verse. Ronnie gets a good jump, but Matt Telder out running in 4th there is going to make a move on the outside of Travis Bieber. We've seen that work. Let's see if he can hold it into this turn forward. Really, really tough. He gets down on that right rear quarter panel, trying to hold off and has to jump up out of the groove just a little bit. So you can definitely tell the outside does not work there, but in 3 and 4 here, it definitely does. So Matt Telder trying to make some moves, but he's going to drop back a couple spots after missing that first corner, so move him back to 5th place. And I know he's a man on the mission as he's trying to get up here and win this race. Definitely capable of doing it. Hell of a dirt racer. And these cars in dirt track, yellow flag is out again. Looks like Mickey Isaac. Give it time for the replay system to catch up and see what happened here. It's got Chris Reese on the outside, Mickey Isaac there in the 01 yellow machine, driving down in the corner, and just trying to get slowed up. Brandon Wallace braking for the turn, and Mickey Isaac just kind of runs over him. So at some point, guys are gonna have to just make themselves do it, where they just be patient, break earlier if you're behind somebody. Figure out how much you can brake and how much you can slow down, and start to figure that out and get that straightened up so you can go around the track without running over folks. Um, if we want to get some green flag racing, everybody's always, and I'm not picking on Mickey Isaac. It's everybody. We get irritated when somebody runs over you. We have a big caution fest, but it's on the drivers. It's all on the drivers to make these green flag runs happen. It's on the drivers to have the responsibility of taking care of each other, and keeping everybody going straight. So we check in here at pit road. We got Dakota Camper coming out of pit road, coming down to get some service, get 4 tires, get a little bit of that damage fixed if you still got it. Jason Lottridge with a lot of damage. He finished second at the points last season. Made a huge improvement. Not expect to see him up there towards the end of the season. Just a rough night tonight. Been involved in a lot of incidents. Some his fault, some others. Kyle Roberts still sitting in pit road, trying to get some of that damage fixed. All right, well, let's try to bring up a driver or two and see if we can talk to him. See if I think we're going to get the one to go, but we'll try to jump in here and get them. If I can find who I'm looking for. Was going to talk to Ronnie, but I don't see him in disc. Oh, there he is right there. General Team 1. Hey, Ronnie, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me? Hang on one second. Well, Ronnie, you're getting the one to go, so I'm going to make this quick. But, they're putting a lot of pressure on you to nail these restarts every time. But you're having the lead. You got the lead. That's the best place to be. What's your plan as you're trying to navigate all these cautions that are happening and try to make sure you stay up front?
Just, like you said, focusing on the restarts, make sure it's good, make sure it's at least good enough for the second row, also be side by side with the guy next to me, so they're battling and I can drive away a little bit on the little bit of green time we have. So.
All right, well, good luck, and hopefully you can bring this victory home.
Thank you.
What in the world? All right, having a little bit of trouble getting the fellow back into his channel, but he gets a good restart. And, Steve McDonald definitely makes a good point in chat. All these cars are a handful, and you can't overdrive them at all. You want to race hard, but sometimes you just can't. You see a great battle here for second place. Jonah Colbert, Travis Bieber trying to make that work, but Jonah able to make the high side speed there. As Matt Telder gets into the back of Patrick Drabick. So Patrick Drabick going backwards through the field, and here we are just plowing into each other again. So you see somebody coming to a complete stop, not slowing down at all. The 111 of Gene Watkinson just plowing in the back of somebody. Oh, we're still wrecking. We're just running over people trying to get straightened back out. So Patrick Drabick, let's go back and see what happened there. Patrick trying to maintain his spot there on the bottom, and trying to make sure he doesn't get shuffled out on that high side. So he kind of comes down and defends that line, but he doesn't really have any more to go. Travis Bieber's right in front of him, so Matt Telder just kind of drives in there and gives him a little bump, and it just goes around. So that patience that I was talking about is just not there. Not there. I know Probably didn't mean to do it. It's hard to get slowed down, but just a lot of aggressive driving there, as those guys were just nose to tail, would really know where to go. So under caution again, 10th caution. Really, really rough race, but we expected it. We had no doubts about it. It was going to be a tough race tonight. See Patrick Dravick in pits. Tell you what, let's talk to Jason Warren, see what he thinks about this race. If I can get him up into the booth. Hey, Jason, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Man, you made the decision to come down pit road and get those tires, and you've been able to kind of get back to where you were. How are those new tires working out? I know it's probably frustrating to have a good set of tire, but not a lot of green flag laps to use them. But you've been able to make some passes. How you've been able to do that with just caution after caution after caution?
I've actually probably used my tires up, knowing that we're only going to have 3 to 4 lap at most green flag runs, and trying to send it and try to gain as many positions as I can. But we do need at least a 15-lap run here to try to utilize them. The guys up here at the front, they've had so many laps to keep their tires cooled off. I don't even know if it's much of an advantage right now, to be honest, but we'll see.
Well, what's your plan? I mean, you see how the race is going to play out. I don't know if it's going to get much better. I hope it is. I'm always positive, but it seems like it's going to be 3-4 lap stints and caution. What's your strategy to deal with that? Just try to get as much as you can get, or what's your plan trying to get up here as we're about 30 laps from the end of this race?
Keep the car clean. I think these guys up here will start battling hard. 10, 15 laps to go, and try to conserve tires a little bit and see what we got for them at the end.
All right, man. Well, good luck.
Appreciate it, man.
Well, there you have it. Jason Warren running in 6th place. That's his plan, to try to get up there, just keep the car clean, and take advantage of guys whenever they're battling, and try to get some runs on them. So Matt Telder says in the chat that he was good until the 54 hit me back into him. So yeah, it was kind of a it was just, guys were bumper to bumper to bumper. Not a lot of leeway there. Guys just racing hard. So I can definitely understand that. So well, starting to make your picks is probably a good time to do that, as we are getting down to 30 laps to go in this, what feels like a Saturday night short track type of racing, where we got modifieds out there. You see that Pepsi car in the back with no front end, missing a radiator. It looks like his left front tire is probably about to fall off. Cautions breed cautions, and guys are having to fight for every position they get. So going to be exciting 30 laps regardless of what happens. But Ronnie getting a great start again. Jonah able to defend that 2nd place position. Hopefully get a few laps to try to, if somebody gets a little bit loose, I don't know who that was. Oh, Eric Burkhalter, no! Oh, the Dirt Affliction driver in the Tampax 71 machine gets a little bit loose there. And we'll back it up. I saw it happening as it started to happen. He goes down into the dog leg and just, he gets run into the back of from Brandon Wallace. We'll go in Brandon Wallace's car on the 99 machine. Just see what happened as they are getting green, or getting going on the green. Things good and clean here. I'm not really sure what happened. I don't know if Eric gets a little out of shape and he needed to back off a little bit, because you saw Brandon just had a huge jump forward along with whoever's inside. So I don't know if Eric just didn't get it shifted. That may have been what happened. It's really hard to say. Oh, that's exactly what happened. Eric Burkhalter misses the shift. You see that red light light up in the engine. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, he you see the RPMs go all the way up. He shifted it and probably knocked it into neutral instead of fourth gear. So that's I knew it looked like he kind of slowed up a little bit. So misses a shift, and that's what happens. You see out front. Charlie Gates says, my pick is Jonah. I think he's been waiting. And after that, he said, never mind. I picked the pace car. Not a bad pick. I think that's probably your best odds. Eric Burkhalter gets a new car. Tough break for him is, man, he was up there. He had gained almost 30 spots. It was running up near the top 10, having a great run. And then you see just small mistakes. In this series, small mistakes cost you a ton. As he goes all the way back, got a brand new car, but now he's sitting in 35th position. As we still have every car. Let's see, Kyle Roberts is running 40th right now. He is still running, so every car is on the track. They may not all be on the same lap, but they're all on the track. So every little small mistake, you got to be perfect. You can't make mistakes. So far, Ronnie Osmer, Jonah Colbert, Travis Bieber have been perfect. They have been running up the top 3 all race long. Mike Hasty taking advantage of some guys having trouble, making some good moves. He's up 6 spots, up to 4th place. So a newcomer in the top 5, Matt Tilder, been a mainstay up here towards the front, trying to get up front and win the Beverly Bursick 100 after his Jason Warren running 6th. Chris Reese running 7th, up 8 spots, so he's having a great run in that Coors Light machine. Jared Reed, last week's winner at Daytona, he's having a great run in 8th. Jonathan Cofield running 9th, up 14 spots, so he's having a great run as well. Matt Clement had a really nice, clean car, but that right front bumper looking a little messed up, but that's all right. We'll just kind of brush it off a little bit, man. Just go get them. Brandon Wallace, saw him get caught up in that incident with Eric Burkhalter, but still looking good. And Justin Lumpkin, who was 2 laps down at the beginning of this race, and staying with it, not letting it get to you, and gets both his laps back and is running 11th place. So, man, what a great drive! We'll have to keep a watch on him, as he seems to be driving really smart and doing what he needs to do to get back up to the front. I mean, honestly, with 40 cars in the field, top 15 is a fantastic run. So being able to get close to the top 10, man, that's incredible, especially with how little green flag laps we've been having. Well, all right, finishing up our 11th caution. It's getting close now to the end of this race, lap 65 of 90, so not that much time. Guys are going to have to really get as much as they can get here, and I think that's going to cause even more cautions as guys are going to really be fighting for position. See, Travis Bieber does not get going. Matt Tilder all over the back end. That's going to sort of, oh my goodness, they're all over the place, almost 3 wide there. But great job by these guys to make it out of there. See somebody, Matt Clement, up against the wall, gets kind of squished there as we are under caution again. As we go, looks like Jesse Necula, Henry Gardini were part of it. You see the field going. Yeah, Gene Watkinson just did not go there on that restart. And then Steve Loving gets into the back of him. Let's stop it. We'll go and look at that. Yeah, Gene Watkinson just doesn't get going. Checks up one time, and Steve Loving gives him a break and slows down, and then he checks up again, and Steve gets into him. So I'm not really sure what was going on, if he was missing a shift too or whatnot, but yeah, that's having an issue getting going. Well, guys, since we're under caution again, let's go take a commercial break. I got plenty, I think. We'll see if we make it. as we are on our 12th caution with 23 laps to go. But we'll be right back.
Stanley. We open doors all across America.
Doors that open wide and welcome you inside. They open up to your special day. Doors that get you on your way. Stanley doors for long designs that bring you in when it's warm and dry.
Stanley doors for the quality of your life.
Stanley helps you do things right.
What the hell was that commercial? Well, I don't know. I guess that's one way to sell doors, I suppose. I'll be honest with you. I thought I thought it was a Stanley Tool commercial, but apparently that was Stanley Doors. Maybe Stanley started with doors. I'm not sure. But anyway, we have about 2 to green, probably coming to get the 1 to green here. We'll find out in just a second. You know what? That commercial gave me a bad taste in the mouth. Now, you know what would be really good for a bad taste in your mouth?
Enjoy extra sugar-free gum.
You get extra flavor, extra fun, in extra sugar-free gum.
Extra, the only leading sugar-free gum with NutraSweet, gives you extra refreshing flavor that lasts an extra, extra, extra long time.
Extra flavor for that extra long ride. Extra flavor for that extra long ride. When you chew it extra, the extra fresh flavor lasts an extra, extra, extra long time.
Extra lasts extra long.
Well, all right, we got the 1 to green, which you would have been normally getting the 1 to green and then the 1 to caution. So if we can get 2 to caution, that'd be really good. If we just get this patience to find a place. If you're in the 30th position right now, you're probably not going to make it up to the front. Just try to be patient, make up those spots when you can, and because the caution keeps coming out, nobody's ever really going to be able to race too much. But Matt Telder up there in 4th. Ronnie's going to do what he's been doing all night long, get a great jump on Jonah Colbert. You know, at one point, Jonah's going to have to just try to guess and get a good jump on him. And if he gets that run down in that corner, that next one, he can stay up to the outside of him. But we watch them all fan down. .153 machine. Got Matt Clement running over Brandon Wallace. Guys now 3 wide there as we see the number 4 getting into the back of Brandon Wallace as he was trying to get it wrapped up. So we are under caution again as man, this is just a wreck fest. But hey, we're gonna get through it. That's what we're gonna do. You know, we gotta give a little give and take, man. That's what you gotta do. You gotta. I know it's getting down to 20 laps to go, but you gotta give some guys room to. They're making a mistake, get out of the groove. Gotta give them a chance to get back going, and I know you may lose a spot or two, but you know, we got to stop running over folks. Try to give a quick rundown. We'll try to get the field, let you know where everybody's running. Ronnie Osmer, Jonah Colbert, Travis Bieber, Matt Telder, Mike Casey, your top 5. Jason Warren, Jared Reed, Chris Reese, Jonathan Colefeld, Matt Clement, your top 10. Todd Schott, Justin Lumpkin, Ray Page, Mickey Isaac, Keith Keen Taylor. Rounding out your top 15, Daniel Cunningham. Hadn't talked about him that much tonight. Dropped back a few spots from where he started, but running 16th, Scott Schroeder, Jason Lottridge, William Griffith, and Garrett Kinder. Round out your top 20, Cindy Taylor, 21st. Josh Oswald, 22nd. Charles Stevens Jr., 23rd. Justin Wickoff, 24th. 25th, Steve Loving. Steven Gibson, Brandon Pollock, Kim Garradini, Gene Watkinson, Brandon Wallace. round out your top 30. Andy Kurtz, guy's just been plagued with damage as we get back here and just kind of caught in bad incidents and called in some stuff. Andy Kurtz, so normally who'd be up front, Andy Kurtz, Dakota Camper, Eric Burkhalter, Patrick Dravick, Tyler Rice, Mike Steffen, our best paint winner, Kyle Roberts, Sean Stevens, Jesse Necula, and Logan Sturgeon bringing up the rear of the field. So still 40 cars running. Nobody is out of the race yet. Guys probably would like to be out of the race. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I agree, Prize. I would like to see that as well. Good to see you, man. But you know what? Just to be clear about what this race is about tonight. Of course, it's about having fun, getting out here, joking around, having a laugh. I know it's easy to get frustrated, and even us probably sound frustrated in the booth. Just so many cautions. We get the one to green. But we just want to shout out the Telder family dealing with their loss, aunt, sister, family, Miss Beverly Bursick, who passed away. Just want to shout her up, keep her in our prayers, keep the family in our prayers, and hopefully they can find healing and hopefully we I know it's a caution field race, but we're still happy to honor her tonight. The pace car coming off of pit road, or going on to pit road, excuse me. We're gonna get going back green. See if we can 15 laps. Can we put 15 laps together under green? I think we all know the answer to that. Ronnie gets into the restart zone, gets a great jump. This time, though, Travis Bieber was able to get a good jump with him, so Jonah Colbert going to have to guard that outside like he has all race. See if he's able to do that as Matt's trying to fight to get there. Oh, we probably should put the camera on him. As nope, they were not able to do that safely and go down in the corner. Yeah, Travis Bieber, those tires are getting old. Just drives down in the corner and clips the 31 machine. So under yet another caution. That was good, hard racing. Definitely don't like to see. We've had wrecks towards the back and up front and in the middle. So guys just trying to get all they can get there, and Travis just getting a little bit tight there in that corner. Jonah was trying to hang on to that second place position. Y'all thought I was out of commercials. I ain't out of commercials. Here, look here. Check this out.
The Monte Carlo SS of NASCAR champion Dale Earnhardt uses just one make of tire, the Goodyear Racing Eagle. And every Monte Carlo SS leaves Chevrolet with just one make of tire, the Goodyear Eagle GT Street Radial. Not by coincidence, because Goodyear makes better high-performance tires for the track and for the street. Goodyear Eagles, they'll take you home the quick way or to the winner's circle. Goodyear, take me home.
All right. Yeah, nothing quite like Goodyear tires, man. Nothing quite like it. Hey, let's do another commercial.
We're not a company, but we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge. We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop, to perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach. We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, coming to the one to go. Gonna have a 10-lap shootout to win this race. Right now, Ronnie Osmer definitely in the best spot, as we have unfortunately just not been able to get any kind of green flag runs going here. But you know, we've had a couple incidents, guys, like I said, just trying to get all they can get on these restarts, knowing how hard it is to get a green flag run, and so trying to get as many spots as you can on the restarts. And we've seen that happen here in the last few cautions. These guys just fighting really hard for every position. But you know, we talked to Jason Warren, who has some of the freshest tires up here. His hood is going up. The Macho Man, the Macho Man car, the Chevy Monte Carlo, the hood pins have come off of that car, and his hood was shaking in the breeze. Looks like it's gone down now. So he was giving a little wave to the fans as the fans are waving at him. So we're gonna get going back green. Is we can see with that 32 machine, we talked about him trying to keep that car clean, but it's going to be tough. Ronnie Osmer comes down to the Geico restart zone. Oh, and we're under caution again. We're under caution. We get a caution under caution. Let's see what the hell's going on back here. Okay, we start to see the accordion effect. And Steven Gibson goes for a ride. So we'll go. I mean, this is a cautionception, man. It's a caution within a caution, you know. All right, well, we're gonna go back green now with 9 laps to go, as we didn't even get to the green flag before we got another caution. So I think that's just how this race is gonna go. So. All right, Ronnie Osmer gets a great start. Travis Bieber not able to get there as Jason Warren is all over the back end of, and we're under caution. Yep. Jonah Colbert involved. Like Cofield was trying to go when the leaders went, and just runs over the 31 machine. That's par for the course tonight. Guys just not being patient. I know there's not too many laps to go, and you're trying to get all you can get, but we can't just be running over folks. So, going to be a lot to look at tonight, I think. It's going to take me a while to look through this race. It's a long-ass race. But the race stewards are going to have a lot to look at. Try to calm down some of this aggressive driving, some of this these decisions that we're making. Try to curb this a little bit. As like I said, we're about having fun and racing with each other. We're not about we're about giving each other room, being patient with each other, and having fun. So. coming down to the end. I'm going to have about 5 or 6 laps to go in the Beverly Bursick 100. Been a tough race to call, as it's just not been a lot of action, not a lot to go look at. Had a lot of fun with the commercials. It's always fun to broadcast and talk to everybody in chat. Some guys and folks that haven't watched it before coming in and supporting us as we try to put on at least a fun broadcast. You can get a chuckle here and there, even if the racing is not up to par what we expect. But that happens. Well, I'm definitely out of commercials. Definitely don't have any commercials left to show, that's for sure. No, all right. Well, these guys up here in the top 3 or 4 have had a lot to think about in these last few cautions, and I'd be interested to know what's going on in Travis Bieber's head, as he's got to figure out a way. He's probably in the worst spot. Matt Telder probably in the best spot. Going to have the leader who controls the restart. He's able to go once he gets to the restart zone, able to go whenever he wants. So right here at the end, it's just going to be a lot of decision making. Travis Bieber's only hope is that he can time the restart, get a good jump, and get a – see the 32s going up and down again. But Travis Bieber going to have to figure out a way to jump that restart a little bit, not pass Ronnie, but try to get a good jump on this restart because he would be in danger of losing second. Just that second place car has had a tough time tonight, but Matt Telder's in a great spot. Here we go, down to the restart zone. 6 laps to go, coming to 5 to go now. Ronnie kind of backs him up a little bit and gets going. Travis Bieber not able to get a good enough jump. Just so much power that the leader has. But move Matt Telder up on the inside of Travis Bieber. See if Travis can hold that outside. See Matt Clement driving deep down the corner, 3 wide back here. But we're going to watch this lead pack as Jason Warren gets a run on the outside of Matt Telder, is able to hold that position, not getting a huge run right here. It's going to be tough to hold this outside as he drives it real deep. Matt having to get off the gas, not to get into the back of the 32 machine, and he falls into the clutches of the number 5 of Jared Reed as we're wrecking behind. I can see the red lighting up. Josh Oswald, Brandon Wallace involved. Let's go back and see what happened. Brandon Wallace always talking about killing the 17, and that's exactly what he did. He drives down in the corner and just could not get woed up enough. And sends the 17 around, and Charles Steven gets into the back of Brandon Wallace and just keeps it going. So back under caution again. And let's talk about some big movers. Let's find some positives in this race as I try to find something to hang on to. Todd Schott running in 8th place right now, up 19 spots. We saw him go around. He's in that Miller High Life machine, that 00 there on the middle of your screen. He's up 19 spots. Been involved in an accident or two, but sticking with it and making his way up to the front. We already talked about Justin Lumpkin. He's up 26 spots from where he started. Matt Clement having a great night in that 19 Air Force AIM High Chevrolet Monte Carlo. He's up 10 spots, running in 11th. William Griffith in that 12 landscape workshop car is up 19 spots in 13, so he's having a good run. Ray Page in that 41 machine, that red and white card you see on your screen, he's up 13 spots. So a lot of guys having some good runs, really taking advantage of some guys having issues. But up front really hasn't changed. Ronnie Osmer, Travis Bieber, Jason Warren, Matt Telder, and Mike Hasty are your top 5 as we get ready to finish this race off. I think this will be our first green-white checkered. It seems like it's going to go that way in green-white checkered. What that means, exactly what it says. They'll get the green flag. They'll go around and get the white flag. And then they'll come around and get the checkered. Now, if the caution, there's an accident and the caution comes out before they take the white flag, we'll do another green-white checkered. So, somebody asked in chat about the fuel. And I don't actually know what the fuel is going to be. I don't know if these guys can make it. They got full 22 gallons, which is what these guys had in 1987. Obviously, it's 18 gallons these days, but 22 gallons. So it'd be interesting to know if everybody has enough fuel. It'd be something to think about as we come to our first green-white checkered. We come down this long straightaway. Ronnie Osmer thinking about all these restarts, 16 cautions, so this is his 17th start from the lead. He has had to do it perfect 16 times. Let's see if he can make it 17 when the pressure is on. And he does. What am I talking about? I'm just trying to build drama because he's got the best. He just punches the throttle. I mean, but these guys beating and banging back here for 4th place as Jason Warren there in that 32 machine tries to get under Matt Telder, but Matt Telder fighting hard back on the outside. He's going to have that run. They'll see who can hold on to it as both of them are neck and neck going down the corner. Jared Reed and Mike Hasty behind them with really nowhere to go as Matt Telder really gets close to the 32 machine. Looks like 32 kind of cuts him a break. We do get the white flag, so we are going to be done with this race. No more green-white checkers, so the battle's up here up front. Travis Bieber and Ronnie Osmer. Does Travis Bieber have anything for Ronnie as he's got a pretty good little gap as they come down the back straightaway? Not sure that Travis is going to have enough time to get there as we finally, good Lord, taking the checkered flag. Your winner, Ronnie Osmer, as we were just crashing across the line. Why the hell not? We didn't make it hardly any laps, and so Griff runs over to the back of Matt Clement, comes down into Todd Schott, who we were just bragging about, was wrecking. I have to say, guys, if you go back and watch this, it's a really disappointing race. A lot of guys who got in the back of folks, just to kind of just say, man, next week let's try to take care of each other. I've seen a lot of people driving over the head. A couple guys didn't get to finish the race there, so we got a lot to work on, no doubt about it. It's a big mess there at the end, but it's a great series with a great set of drivers, and we talked about it, how the first few races were just a mess, and we were really feeling the same way at the first part of the season, but second part of the season, man, it was some of the best. So we'll go back and watch, and we'll see what everybody needs to improve on, and try to get better, because these tracks that are coming up are going to be a big mess. So here at Original Rebels, if you don't watch this series, at the end of the race, it's a demo derby. In the middle of the race, it's been a demo derby, so we just continue it after the race. You see cars all over the place, and the winner never gets very far, and he gets plowed into the back of as he's trying to take his victory lap. So, but we'll go ahead and we'll talk to these drivers. As we've got some guys just letting out some frustration, so let's go ahead and talk to our 3rd place finisher, Matt Telder. See if we can get him up here and talk to him. Guys should be getting up into the waiting room, but I'm going to go down here and try to find him. Matt Telder down here. Hey, Matt, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Well, Matt, that was a tough race. I could tell by your voice it was probably a frustrating race, but it was for to honor your late aunt, man, and just talk about Miss Beverly if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. We can just talk about the race. But this was just in honor of her. Probably wish it had been a little bit cleaner, but kind of talk about this race and congratulations on coming home third place, man.
Yeah, man, I can't thank you guys enough for, not doing that in honor of her. She was a very, very important girl in my life, and, she'll always live on in memories, but I can't thank you guys enough for what you did tonight. My whole family, my mom's watching the broadcast too. I totally called her and I was like, "You're gonna want to watch this, Mom," because it was her sister. So, yeah, just thank you guys for that. As far as the race went, it was a race. It was a short track race at that. So overall, not bad. I was happy just to be ahead of all the carnage happening behind me. Thankfully, the one time I got turned, I was able to save it and just kind of keep going, which didn't put me back there in the back with everybody else. But yeah, just at the end of it there, had a battle with Jason for third place there, and just didn't have enough laps to run back down Ronnie and Travis.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be my next question is you're trying to figure out how to navigate all those restarts. I mean, it's easy to say that oh well, there's so many cautions, but that's part of racing. It happens, so you kind of have to adjust your strategy a little bit on how you race and how you try to get those positions. How did you adjust your strategy, knowing that the cautions were going to keep coming out and trying to make up those spots?
Realistically, when it came to all the sheer number of restarts, I wanted to when we caution came out, I wanted to be on the outside. The ability, you lost a little bit going through the dog leg after the start finish line, but the ability to be able to pinch somebody down coming off a 2, especially on 90 lap old tires, which is what happened there on that restart. You can pinch somebody down and they have to just get out of the throttle or they're gonna pull up into you. And it's like, for third place, is that a chance you're willing to risk, like to pinch somebody down to know that you have the run off the corner and they're going to clear them before the next corner? And that was kind of just my strategy there. So I actually was getting frustrated starting in third place on the inside there for a little bit.
Well, hey, third place though, with a race like tonight with 40 drivers at Phoenix and 87 cars, to come away with third place, man, that is a hell of an accomplishment. So congratulations, man, and definitely thoughts and prayers to your family going through this time, man. If you always got us. You need some way of getting away from it, man. Come out here, sling some dirt on Tuesday night, and come race with us, man. We're glad to have you. So congratulations again on third place, and thoughts and prayers to your family.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You have a great night.
Well, there he is. Matt Telder with a third place finish. Let's bring in our second place finisher, Travis Bieber. Travis, is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Eddie, hey man, what's up?
Man, well, tough race to call. I would imagine even tougher race to be a part of. But I got to say, man, even with all of that, you were able to stay out of trouble. You and Jonah had an issue there that sent Jonah to the back, but it just looked like hard racing. Kind of talk about your race, how you were trying to fix that, get your strategy down, what you were trying to do up there at the front. You see Ronnie, you just couldn't get to him, just not enough green flag laps.
Yeah, I thought with about 10 to go there, we had that one restart. He kind of jumped away there, and I was like, oh, I don't have anything for him. And then on the last green-white checkered, then it seemed like I could stay with him. So I don't know, maybe I just made some better laps there.
I think it was the Valvoline that you had in your car. I think that was probably that extra little bit there.
Yeah. I followed Jonah around for about 47 pace laps there with Valvoline right in my face, and I was like, I need to go buy some Valvoline when this is over. This is a sign. So, I sent Jonah an apology. I don't know if I slid up a little bit there, if he came down a little when we just hit a kind of a weird spot, and we hadn't been side by side there, and all those caution laps. So I felt bad for him because I thought the three of us had a pretty good race going there, and I thought one of the three of us was probably gonna come out of this with the win. So, I sent him an apology because I feel bad. I don't want to race like that. So,
well, still a fantastic race, man. Like I said, that was hard racing definitely what we went back and looked at it on the broadcast, and definitely nothing intentional, and definitely nothing overly aggressive. It's just real hard, clean racing, and that just happens. But man, second place, man, in a 40 car field, qualifying up front made the difference, and not going in and getting tires was a huge positive for you, being able to stay up front, stay out of the carnage, being able to hold on.
Sure.
You started third, finished second. That's a hell of a finish, man. So congratulations. You got any shout outs, any sponsors you want to thank?
Thanks, Eddie. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll thank our sponsor, Goatlocker Racing. The sponsors, Valvoline. We're running the Kyle Larson paint scheme with the Valvoline on. Gotta love that. And Flexible Freight Solutions. And, gotta thank you, man, for putting the broadcast on and all the rebels out there. So really appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Looking forward to next week and the rest of the season. See what you're going to do, man. So congratulations.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Eddie.
Almost moved myself out of the channel. All right, well, let's bring our winner in here, Ronnie Osmer, who I'm sure is wishing I would hurry the hell up so he can get out of here. Ronnie, man, congratulations on the win, man. I know it probably didn't feel. I don't know how good it feels, and I'm hoping you'll tell me, because that was a long and tough and mentally draining race, just caution after caution. Talk about it a little bit, and how you was able to get this win.
Well, a win's a win. That's what matters, and it was probably the most relaxing win I've ever had. But just riding around, I think the only stress was the stress of not going to the bathroom before the race.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every restart felt like you had a lot of control. You weren't in any trouble. I mean, we really didn't know what fuel and stuff was like. I mean, y'all were pretty much under caution the whole race. What was the fuel like? Did y'all have plenty of fuel left?
I'm pretty sure we still had plenty of fuel. I think the last time I looked was like about 30 to go, and we only burned 7 gallons the whole race at that
Wow.
point.
Well, hey, look, you did what you needed to do. You started on pole, and damn it if you didn't lead every lap. So congratulations. That's a. I mean, I was saying to Travis, you have to race differently. Sometimes you go green all the way, or you have a bunch of cautions. Each one just takes a certain level of skill to navigate, and you were able to come home with the win. So congratulations. Do you have any shout outs, any sponsors you want to thank?
Shout out to my teammates Justin and Dakota, PH Aware, the guys that put on this league, and you for especially broadcasting this.
All right, man. Well, have a great night. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, all right, there you have it, our winner, Ronnie Osmer. Let's go through the field real quick. We'll try to make it as quick as possible if we can, as we go and look and go through the field and try to get all this off my screen. But there you see the top 18. I'm not going to read all the names out, but well, yes, I am. Ronnie Osmer, Travis Bieber, Matt Telder, we know about them. Jason Warren with a great fourth place finish after making that pit stop. Jared Reed, last week's winner, having a great points race, finishing 5th. Mike Hasty finishing 6th. Chris Reese 7th. 8th, Justin Lumpkin. 9th, Daniel Cunningham. 10th, Mickey Isaac. 11th, Ray Page. 12th, Steve Loving. Kind of rebounded there, was able to get back towards the front. Same with Andy Kurtz. And 13th, 14th, Charles Stevens Jr. Garrett Kinder rounding out the top 15, just could never get forward. Qualifying was just a huge benefit in this race to get up front. Keith Taylor, 16th. Matt Clemon, 17th. 18th. Last season's champion, Josh Oswald, 19th. Stephen Gibson. Tyler Rice, 20th. Jason Lotchers, 21st. 22nd, Brandon Wallace. Dakota Camper, 23rd. 24th, William Griffith. 25th, Justin Wickoff. 26th, Brandon Pollock. Cindy Taylor, 27th. 28th, Scott Schroeder. Jonathan Cofield, 29th. Todd Schott, 30th. Hemi Garardini, 31st. Patrick Drabick having a tough deal, getting kind of punted from behind there at the early part of the race. 32nd. Kyle Roberts, 33rd. Jesse Necula 34th, Jonah Colbert 35th, Eric Burkhalter 36th, 37th, Gene Watkinson, Mike Steffen 38th, Sean Stevens 39th, and 40th, rounding out the field, Logan Sturgeon. So definitely a tough race tonight. But you know what? Like I said, this is bigger than racing. Just wanted to shout out to that family, and that, like I said, probably way too many times I keep bringing it up, but just trying to keep things in perspective, and want to have a good time and show some respect and honor for Miss Beverly. So, um, but congratulations to Ronnie Osmer. Want to thank our sponsors. We'll go through the whole list here. Goatlocker, Patrick and Jamie Barkus. Big supporters. Big supporters of veterans. They're going to get me for saying this wrong. I think they were Navy captains. I'm sure they'll correct me. So if I said it wrong, I apologize. But retired Navy. That's where the term Goatlocker comes from. But huge supporters of veterans. They big donation to Veterans 48, who builds specialized motorcycles for veterans who have been injured, and they do a lot of work for veterans. And man, I can't be prouder to have them on board as the title sponsor in Goatlocker Racing. So I'd always enjoy racing those guys. So glad to have them. Valvoline, of course. Thank them for coming on board. Flexible Freight Solutions. We got P&J Hard Luck Award by P&J Motorsports. That's going to be, I'm going to give that to the whole field. Mr. Irrelevant for Sabusky. Window tinting. I don't know. Maybe me, I guess. I guess I'm Mr. Irrelevant tonight. There's really no action to call. So I guess I'll be Mr. Irrelevant tonight. But Flexible Freight Solutions, Davy Jones puts in a lot of work for this series, and we couldn't do it without him. All the Rebel admins and all the people watching. There's a bunch of you watching right now and communicating in chat, man. Always appreciate all the being active in chat, talking about the race, man. I try to respond as much as I can while all the action is going on. But stick with us, man. Like I said, you can go back and watch the old last season. The racing gets better and better and better as we keep going. So tough night tonight, but we'll see next week what they're able to do, and we'll bring up the schedule again just to kind of give you an idea where we're going. Trying to wait on the points to post, and we'll show what those look like. We're heading to Darlington next week, so it doesn't get easier. We'll hopefully get a break at Atlanta, have a nice wider track, and then we go right back to Bristol and Charlotte, Pocono, and Dover, which all of those tracks put on really good racing. Just going to need guys to step up, take care of each other, and we'll put on a really good show. So let's see if we can go ahead and pull up the points. Let's see if the points have updated. And doesn't look like they have updated quite yet. Not quite yet, so we'll check that later. But yeah, still fun. Always enjoy broadcasting these. I love these cars. I love doing the broadcast. So thank y'all for watching. Thank Zach Wetsign, Seb Wetsign for letting me use their Rebel Racing Network to broadcast on. Thank all the Rebels admins that do everything. Guys who are in race doing race control for me, doing the pre-race speech. All those guys who help out and take care of the league. So lots of people to thank, lots of people that make this show run. So thank them. So, but anyway, we'll see you next week at Darlington. Gonna be a hell of a race next week. I think we'll see what happens. So y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next week.